Happy Monday night, everybody. Tonight's topic is going to be, do animals go to heaven? I'm going to talk about a couple other things while people are getting their notifications and hopping on. Speaking of which, if you want to be notified of other broadcasts that I'm doing for November and December, click on Receive Notifications and you'll get notified. You'll get a little alert each time that I'm on Monday night. So tonight's topic, do animals go to heaven? Before we start in on that, I want to give you today's card. And I know you can't see this because it's going to be reversed on here because this is a live feed. But what it says is, rare time, all needs are met, rejoice at what you have. And folks, we have so much to be thankful for and so many things and people in our lives that just make life just awesome. So this was today's card. And while everybody's getting on to watch, I'm going to go over a couple of things that are happening. Next Sunday is the Haunted Items Hunt, and I will be doing the giveaway on this citrine point. So we'll see who gets this, little darling. I know there's like 250 people that are entered for this. Kisses, everybody. For December, now stay tuned for December. This is going to be the giveaway for December, and it's a Swarovski crystal necklace, and you can use it also as a dowsing pendulum if you want to. So that's going to be in December. Now, on to our topic for tonight, and I'll do some shout outs at the end of the broadcast, but I want to give you guys the facts on, do animals go to heaven? And shout out, tell me what you think. I will get to your comments. If not during the broadcast, I will certainly address them afterwards, and let me know your thoughts on it too. I looked up all of the research on this. 47% of people said yes, animals go to heaven. 35% of people said no, animals don't. So what I'm going to do, hey Sandra, is I'm going to go over all of the pros and then all of the cons. And then I'm going to do a little bit of history about, I'm going to do some history about the Rainbow Bridge, and also a little bit of Norse mythology because it's kind of mixed in there too. So under the pros for do animals go to heaven, everybody cheer up for this. Animals do have I feel animals do have emotional bonds, so this is part of the pros. They are capable of love, and we've kind of seen that when you go out of town and you've left your pet for a while and you come back and they're just like frantic. Oh, they're finally back. They're not gone forever. So, and they do have outward signs of emotion also. Animals do have complex thoughts. Like you can tell when your your pet's going to get into something, or like my cat, I just can feel and I can tell when she's going to go and nose her way into something, like when she's going to be bad or whatever. And that takes a little bit of complex thought, like I'm going to go and actually do this. Love the hearts. So they are capable of some complex thoughts. They are able to be companions to humans. So many people have just pets as companions, and they make extremely good companions for people, especially when they live by themselves. And they actually provide that loving energy that person needs. And we've done lots of studies about geriatric patients whose conditions improve actually when they do have a animal pet companion. So they make excellent companions, which is sort of like a loved one. And this was interesting. Animals have the same breath of life from the Creator that we do. They have the same breath of life. Hey, Jeff. Here's the cons. Here's the against it. So these are the theories. I don't necessarily agree with them, but I have to present them to be equal. So the theories are that because pets can't be saved, that they can't go to heaven. Also, the theory is that they do not have complex thought and they are not capable of love. Also, by the people who are voting no against it, one of the things, and I found this kind of interesting and I didn't really know how I felt about it, was we consume animals. Like, for instance, beef or pork. We consume these animals. So, I don't know how I feel about that. And it's also considered on the people that voted no that the animals were lower organisms and they were not capable of evolving and whatnot. So that's the contrary. That's the 35% that voted no. Now, if we're talking about spirits, okay? So spirits think, feel, make decisions and choices, and experience love and hate, which animals do, in my opinion. They make not maybe complex decisions like paying taxes or whatever. Well, I wish they would. I'd charge my cat rent. But they do think and feel and make decisions and choices. Not always good because your pets will get in trouble. So, and they do experience love and hate. Like the new cat that we had to adopt, the one with the one eye, and was 16 and a half pounds when we found her. My other cat absolutely hates her. Can't stand her. But I feel like she just doesn't understand or relate to this cat. And she probably doesn't really know what to do with the one eye thing going on. It probably scares my original cat that I have, because she's never seen a cat with one eye before. So I think that her feeling about this other cat is probably a little bit of hatred, but it could have a fear component also. So I want to go into, okay, let me take a few comments. So Heather Marie says, and animals do all of it. All of God's creations that are living will go home when the time on earth is up. I agree absolutely. There are so many people though that actually don't, and a lot of them are religious leaders, I hate to say, but I'm here to debate both sides and just kind of talk about the history. I want to give you the history too of the Rainbow Bridge. How many people watching tonight actually know what the history of the Rainbow Bridge is, the history behind it? So Georgia says, I don't know, our black lab Bailey is so bad she may be going to hell. Oh my gosh, Georgia, what has she done? So AJ says, absolutely, my little spanky mini dachshund came around to see me after he passed. I could hear his paws scratching on my bed. Awesome, I'm giving you a thumbs up on that. Another thing too, if you want to share this broadcast, swipe up and tap on the screen and it will share to your friends so that they can get in on the conversation. And if you see comments on here that you agree with, hit that like button and let that person know that you agree with them. So let's go into the Rainbow Bridge. Let me check our time. We're doing okay. So how many of you guys know about the Rainbow Bridge or the history behind the Rainbow Bridge? Anybody? Hey, Ken, do you know what the history is behind the Rainbow Bridge? Let's let you chime in there for just a second. I asked David what he thought the Rainbow Bridge history was, and he was partially correct, but not complete in the full knowledge about the Rainbow Bridge. So here, I'm just going to go into the Rainbow Bridge here. The Rainbow Bridge, actually, the original derivation is from Norse mythology of the Brust Bridge, or the Shining Bridge. Okay, so we've taken that, and there are several authors from the 1980s and 1990s that actually wrote several works of poetry that refer to a place where pets go to wait and play until they are reunited with their owners. And this is the Rainbow Bridge. But the original derivation from it comes from the Shining Bridge in Norse mythology, because the Norse believed that the animal spirits became an actual part of their influence on a person's demeanor or character. And so animal characteristics were very ingrained and a part of their culture. And they actually had beliefs that a person could come back as an animal if they wished, which was called transmigration. So they could come back as a different species if they wanted to. For the hearts and thumbs up. So I'm going to go on to, so that's actually where this Rainbow Bridge thought or theory came from. Originally it was Norse mythology, and then these authors took it one step further and put it into poetry and stuff. So the two specific authors, if you want to read about what they wrote back in 1980 and 1990, it's Paul C. Dahm, D-A-H-M, and William Britton. And those were the two major players about writing these works of poetry on the Rainbow Bridge. So it's kind of a holding area, if you will, for animal souls until their human owners pass on. Interesting. So, okay, we've gone over the Norse mythology, and I'm sure that there are other traditions that I just didn't have time to research about the beliefs of the animals and where they go after death. But the Rainbow Bridge is the most prevalent one. So I was going to go into also some of my experiences. And like Heather was saying, sometimes if I'm doing a mediumship, and I always do like an hour of trance meditation before I actually do the session. And in the trance meditation, I will receive images and connection with loved ones. And sometimes, unbeknownst to the person that I'm doing the reading for, a passed on pet will come through. And it 9 times out of 10 is totally unexpected to the person coming for the reading, but it is a special treat for that person to know that their pet is actually in and around them. I would never forget, I was doing the meditation one day, and I was standing at the sink looking out the window, you know, in a trance, getting these images in my mind of who was connected with this person, and this huge Irish setter came through. And I was like, wow, this is unexpected. But I went ahead and wrote it down. And come to find out, when the person showed up for the reading 30 minutes later, their pet had died the month before. And it was an Irish setter. So that was really, really special. And then, too, if I'm doing a mediumship, sometimes I can get a message from the pet of where they go during the day in the home, where they like to sit. Do they like to sit on the bed? Do they like to sit in a certain area of the living room that they used to? So they're connected to us, I feel like, through these energy love bonds. And that is one of the most cognitive consciousness things that keeps them here with us. And it's that love bond that keeps them close to us. So it's really special, some of the pet readings that I've done with a mediumship, and even larger animals too, like a lot of equine readings that I've done that were really, really interesting. So let me go back and see if there's any comments that I can address. So Laurel says, yes, I believe they do. I've seen my deceased dog in a dream. Yes, they absolutely will communicate through the subconscious, and it's done in a dream. And what we call that is a visitation. Now, I'm going to, on December 5th, we're going to go into visitations a little bit more. On December 5th, I'm going to do a Monday Night Live on dreams and specifically visitations from the dead. So, Laurel, tune in on December 5th, and we can talk a little bit more in detail about that. So Georgia says, transmigration, that sounds neat. I definitely need to check that out. That was something new on me that I found out about in the research, because I always thought it was transmutation, but it's actually called transmigration. So that was interesting. Sorry, Marcelle's feed keeps breaking up. My signal seems to be good, and I don't feel like the signal's breaking up at all here. I will usually see the screen go off if it does. But anyway, our time is about up. We're going to cut at 7:15 today. I want to tell you guys about the upcoming chats that we're going to have. Okay, so November the 14th, we're going to do haunted items. I'm going to talk specifically about haunted items, and I'm going to show you a few. Okay? So you're going to get to see a few actual haunted items. And then also, I'm going to resend out the haunted items little info thing, PDF file that I had. On November 21st, we're going to go over Celtic legends of the fairies. And this is going to be pretty historical. These Celtic legends are not going to be airy-fairy. They can get pretty dark. So I want to discuss it. I want to go into it. I want to let you guys know how these Celtic legends came about and what some of the darkest ones are, because to me, they're the most fascinating. On November the 28th, we're going to go over auras. So if you guys want to know how to change your aura or what your aura color is, tune in on the 28th. And then, like I said, on December 5th, we're going to go over dreams and visitations from spirits. So now, one more thing before I jump off of here. If you want to get notified for these future broadcasts on Monday night, hit notifications. Also share this to your friends so that they can know their pets go to heaven. Of course the pets go to heaven. Anybody who thinks they don't, well, they can just go on, because pets do go to heaven. Also, this Thursday, November the 10th, I'm doing an absolute free gemstone thing online. I've posted it on my timeline. All you gotta do is click the link and watch Thursday evening at 6:30, and I'm doing a free gemstone teaching on rose quartz, because I feel like we need it right now. We need some rose quartz in our life. So just click the link and join me on Thursday evening at 6:30. Bye, guys. Kisses from Kentucky. And I will see you maybe Thursday night and next Monday for sure. Bye-bye.